Hey everybody, Shoebox Legends here. Thanks for joining me today for another video. I'm going to do a quick update on some cards that I've got in the mail, a couple recent pickups that I think are pretty cool, and also a gift that I got from a friend here in the YouTube community. This arrived like maybe a week or two ago now. Was out of town doing some travel, so I'm long overdue in getting to this, and it's a really exciting card that I'm happy to show off and very grateful to have received. Before we get to any of that, just wanted to give a quick update on my 500 subscriber contest, which is ongoing right now through tomorrow night. So if you would like to participate in that, you still have some time. The deadline is midnight Eastern tomorrow. I guess it would technically be Monday, March 20th. So you have until Sunday night at midnight Eastern to get your video in. Have over 40 responses so far. Really appreciate the support. So if you want to get involved in that, go check out episode 617, 617 here, and that has the details of the video that you'll need to create to qualify for that. Have a $50 eBay gift card and a Stadium Club blaster up for grabs, and we are very close. I mentioned in the video that if I got 50 responses, I would add a second $50 eBay gift card, and I think we're over 40 responses here anyway, with a day or two still to go. So that's an update on the contest. Let's turn the camera around and take a look at some of these cards that have come in. Thanks. All right, so I've got the package from my YouTube friend here on the left, and the two cards that were picked up recently that I'm going to talk about on the right. So let's start with the care package since I'm long overdue in getting to this. As you can see, this comes from my buddy Doug, known as Decon here on YouTube. Channel name is Decon's Cardboard. I am positive that you're probably familiar with him, but if not, there's a link below. Can't recommend Doug enough. He's definitely someone that I would consider a friend now after having met him here on the platform. And it's just really, really great communicating with him. Awesome collection. And he sent me actually this great soccer card, this Liebig soccer card that you see in the background here that I included in my submission to SGC, and that is from 1895. So oldest soccer card in my collection, courtesy of Doug. And today's card, if I do say so myself, is equally impressive. So let's start with the note. My dearest Shane, he crossed out. Yo Shane, crossed out. Was up Shane D. And then eventually just went with the less is more approach, Shane. Even more than being a big fan of your channel, I'm a big fan of you. Thank you, Doug. That is very, very kind of you. Couldn't resist sending this 1932 Riemsma Olympic hockey card your way. You read that right. I hope you like it as much as I do. I bought one for myself as well, as you know. But since you're reading this, presumably on YouTube, they don't know. Well, now the secret's out now, Doug. Thanks for your friendship, Doug. So yeah, as the note indicates, Doug had let me know that this was coming in advance. Really cool item that he found and picked up a copy for himself. And because he's such a nice guy, grabbed one for me as well. And Doug is, he has a real knack for finding these sort of oddball and different cards from the pre-war era. I absolutely love it. You know, again, that Liebig soccer card is an example. This one is just amazing. So as indicated, this is from the 1932 Olympics. Let's start off by looking at the back. I can't read this because it's in German, but I can run this through a translator, which I'll do later, just to kind of get an idea what this says. But simple back, clearly references the 32 Olympics at the top. But check out this front. Whew. That is insane. I mean, that is an absolute work of art. Look at that image. Beyond cool. This looks like Team Canada versus Team USA. But man, I think these guys just have short socks on, and these are just their knees and upper legs. So no knee pads on the Team Canada players. This guy's wearing a baseball cap. Nobody else has a helmet on, but I mean, just look at the vibrant colors. Outdoor rink. You've got the goalie way in the background here, players on the bench and fans. You've got like a neighborhood here in the background, some houses, some type of brick building. I mean, this is just absolutely gorgeous. Really is like a small piece of art. And I believe I will submit this to SGC as well, just like I did with the Liebig card. This is just way cool. Such a unique item. I had never, I've collected hockey cards for many years, and I've never even seen this item prior to Doug reaching out to me and letting me know of, its existence. So that is so thoughtful. Doug, I can't say enough. I'll keep it brief here because I have some other cards to get to, and I tend to drone on, but I know you know how much I value your friendship and how much I appreciate you as a person and a collector. And it just means so much to me to have this card, and to have this card with the backstory that it came from a hobby friend who just picked it out on my behalf just because he knows it's, something that I would adore. So beyond cool, and you will be seeing this one again because I'm sure that I'll include that in a future SGC submission, which I do plan on doing. So absolutely excellent. So thanks again, Doug. And again, please check out Decon's cardboard at the link below. Now I have a couple pickups to get to. One kind of budget pickup and then one that I'm really proud of. Let's do the budget one first. So we have another soccer card here, and this will be really quick, but check out this Erling Haaland from Topps Merlin. And I grabbed this because he was still with Borussia Dortmund here, and this is an obviously just awesome team color matching yellow parallel out of Merlin. The lighting in here is not, doing this a ton of justice. It looks actually better in hand than it does on video, but there's sort of that wave pattern here that you have going on. And again, numbered on the back to just 225. This guy is a beast. I joke around with my hobby friends that he kind of looks like Dolph Lundgren out on the pitch. Big, tall Nordic guy with a blonde ponytail, and he's just like, he looks like a man among boys out there. For those who aren't soccer followers or fans, you may have missed this, but this past week in the UEFA Champions League, which is generally regarded as one of the best or maybe the best leagues in the world, he scored 5 goals in this week's game for Manchester City, which actually ties a record for most goals scored in a UCL game. So just continuing his absolute dominance of the sport of soccer, and really grateful that I was able to haul this one in at just around 20 bucks. So happy with that. And then this last card is actually a pretty big one. I'm going to go ahead and take it out of its wrapper here so we can get a better look at it. But picked up a playing era Roberto Clemente. But there's a story behind why I got this. So I am planning to execute the downgrade maneuver, as I call it. So I picked up this Clemente. It's his 72 tops in a PSA 6, even though I already have the card in a PSA 8. And what I plan to do is sell the 8, hopefully for more money than I paid for the 6, and essentially downgrade from an 8 to a 6, and probably generate some hobby funds that I can spend on other things in doing so. So here are the 2 cards side by side. I'm going to try to, slide these in from the top here. And so, here they are. And you tell me which one you think, or just give it some thought here. Which one do you think is the PSA 8? And which one do you think is the PSA 6? Can you spot a difference with your naked eye? So I'll spoil it now. The 6 that I just bought is actually the card on the left. Even though it's better centered, you can see the card on the right is fairly off center, left to right, which kind of always drove me nuts. Card on the left is extremely well centered, almost perfectly. And if I move these out, card on the left is a 6, card on the right is the 8. I honestly prefer the card on the left 100 times out of 100. It just looks nicer. I don't own a loop. I'm not aware of what the nuances are that resulted in this card being 2 grades lower than this card. But holy cow, what a beautiful 6. This is maybe my favorite Clemente card of all time. I just love the image of him tossing the ball here. It's very odd. It's not something that I've really seen on a lot of vintage cards, that type of a posed photo with the player just tossing the ball. It just really speaks to me. Love the 72 set. And so yeah, this 8 will be going up for sale, and odds are, just because of the number on the flip, I'm going to get a lot more money in return for this than I spent on this. So that is a move that I love doing. What's extra cool about this, I didn't realize until after I won the 6 that it was actually sold by my buddy Adam at Splendid Sports, who I just did an appearance on his 3 and 3 recently. So I ended up buying this card from a hobby friend and upgrading while downgrading. You know, we're downgrading if you look at the number on the PSA label, but we're upgrading when it comes to the qualities that I look for in my vintage cards. So couldn't be happier with how that turned out. Even cooler that I got it from a hobby friend, just like the hockey card that we started with today. And when we get a little bit closer to spring training here, I will definitely be listing this 8 and trying to capitalize and seeing if I can generate some hobby funds to spend on other great cards that you will see on this channel in the future. So that's going to be a wrap for today. Great new soccer card, a downgrading of a vintage Clemente, and then an absolutely amazingly thoughtful hockey card from a good friend of mine in the hobby. So a little bit of everything today here on the channel. Certainly appreciate you stopping by and spending a few minutes of your valuable time here with me. And as you know, I'll be back in the very near future with some more content. Till then, take care and enjoy the hobby, everybody.